A long, long time ago, like 15 years ago, I read a book, Reality Transurfing, written by Vadim Zeland. It was a very interesting book, very mind-bending, and was very interesting how it transformed my way of thinking, my way of living, and there was a time where I took a sabbatical 3 months and I was studying Transurfing and trying things out in life. And I can say that those were really, really, really happy times in my life. So it is an interesting idea of this concept of transurfing. So transurfing in essence is how you as a human being, a powerful human being, can model your life. How can you transform or control reality? So in Russia, it is Vadim Zeland, comes from Russia, and he is a very iconic esoteric philosopher. So in transurfing we have the space of variations. So it's like a net of all the possible outcomes that can come to fruition. So there is a reality where you are maybe a street beggar, or a reality where you are a king or very well off. And it all comes down to your soul. How do you feel? What do you feel? And how this projection of your life comes into reality by doing some exercises. Then we have some ideas of pendulums, which are like energetic structures that start to swing with your emotions, and every institution in essence is a pendulum which takes your energy and is telling you how you should live, how should you think, what should you do, and it creates rules for you. And you can escape these structures by freeing yourself and not giving energy to these structures. So it is a bizarre concept, but if you think like that, you can deal with that in your life. So we have, for example, Vadim writes that in order to get rid of a pendulum, first you need to admit that it exists and it has a right to do so. So we don't go about saying that it doesn't exist. You have to calm down and lose interest towards it. Ignore it, and thus it will lose energy. And he says by doing so you will deprive it of your mental energy. So a lot of interesting concepts, and I bought his book, and it's like 78 days 78 days to or 87, I don't know. Okay, but let's get started with the first principle. So the first principle is telling us that we should be awake. He says, wake up right here, right now. Be aware and remember that everyone is a dreamer, and everything that is happening around you is nothing more than a dream. Only the dream no longer has any control over you. He's making a parallel between lucid dreaming, like the dreaming state where you can control your dreams and create the reality in these dreams. This is why he is telling us that we should be awake, we should be present, we should be aware of everything that's going on, and first of all, we should be aware that we are the creators of our world. So when you woken up in the dream, you can influence how events will unfold. And this advantage in lucid dreaming and in dreams and in life also is this advantage of knowing that you can control reality. Feel your strength. Strength is always yours when you remember it. From now on, everything will be as you want it to be. So this is the first principle of transurfing. And now he gives us some interpretation. Your birth into this life represents a new awakening after a series of past incarnations, dreams about reality. So our life is just a dream, and we continue dreaming, and we have these pendulums who create some rules for us so that we actually forget how to manifest things in our lives. From the moment you appeared in the world, you have had amazing abilities, and you can feel that too in kids. You could hear the rustling of the morning stars, which means that you can hear the whispering of your soul, and you can communicate with birds, etc. The entire world was an astonishing extravaganza of luminous energy, and you were the magician capable of controlling it. However, you soon fell once again under the influence of others and were plunged into a dream. And this dream was the dreaming of other people, not your dream. The dreamers constantly and intentionally focused your attention on the physical aspect of reality. As a result, your magical abilities were lost. And it was, when we were young, when we were kids, it was like a magical feeling. Have you ever felt as if life were a dream in which reality is controlling you rather than you controlling reality? Of course, probably most of us did. And now he says the time has come to reclaim your former power. So the first and former power comes from understanding that life is a dream, and if we awake and if we understand that this life is just a dream, then we can begin to make changes into this reality, and we will learn in the future how these changes can be made using the powerful techniques of transurfing, and we will try to test things out to see how they work and what will become in the future. So please subscribe, like, share this video if you liked it, and until next time, all the best.